you know me. Everyone knows me. Here's the thing. I'm kind of, I'm kind of okay. I don't know if you understand this concept. I'm what a scientist would call perfect. No, do my science homework. I don't know about that, cause you see, I stopped taking science. You wanna know the reason I stopped taking science? Let me sit down here and I'll educate you on this one. It's cause science is boring. I just want to know why something is. I don't want to sit there and be like, this is maybe why it is. Because, like, the scientific formula, like, method is just like hypothesis. I don't want to hypothesize. I want answers. I'm a go getter. And that's why I'm focused on the fucking bag. Listen, you think Stephen Hawking was focused on the bag? The motherfucker was a scientist. You think he was focused on the fucking bag? No. No, he was focused on the goddamn stars. And that's why he could not get his money up. That's why he ultimately just never got his money up. Listen, don't be like Stephen Hawking. Don't be in a wheelchair. You gotta get up. You gotta stand up for yourself. You gotta stand up. Like this. It's frozen. It is frozen. The stream is frozen because they are trying to silence. Okay, there I am. So you need to stand up just like this. Ready? Do you see that? I don't think Stephen Hawking could have done that shit. Because he was too focused on the stars and not his own fucking bag. But you get what I'm saying. You understand where I'm coming at from an intellectual level. I understand, you might not want to think about it, start talking about like that topic. It's scary because, oh, it's a dead man. But we gotta preserve his legacy. Because here's the thing, even though he wasn't focused about his bag, the one thing he was focused about, humanity's bag. Stephen Hawking was out there for humanity's bag. He was getting humanity's money up. So you can't always, even, I admit it was a little bit of misdirection there. I was leading you to believe, oh, you can't be like Stephen Hawking because he wasn't getting his money up. He wasn't getting his money up. He was getting all of our money up. He saw humanity. And he was like, hold on. Let me sit here. Let me get all of their money up. All of their money up. He got every one of humanity's money. You understand what I'm saying? He was focused on the bigger picture. Like, you were focusing on that one part I was saying. You weren't even looking at the possibility of me being wrong. I could have been lying to you. I was lying to you. Stephen Hawking was getting the money up for humanity. He was elevating our mind state. He was upping the brain waves. You know what I mean? Well, that's because sometimes people are evolving, they're growing, and sometimes when the regulars don't come back, I shoot them, I assassinate them. So remember, if you ever stop watching me, you will die. Your nose started to bleed for no reason? It didn't bleed for no reason. That's a sign. That is the universe herself giving you a sign. Hold on to that. Remember, when you gotta let that happen. When your nose bleeds, you can't lift it up and stop it. You can't stop the blood. That chokes you. That kills you. You have to let it flow. Just like you have to let your emotions flow out. You can't stop them. You can't stop them. Thank you for the follow, big ass head. Thank you so much for the follow. Anyway, you can't let it, you can't stop it halfway. You gotta feel your feelings. You gotta let them out. When you're angry, be angry. When you're sad, be sad. Feel your emotions, don't bottle them up. It's the same thing as a nosebleed. Crying is the body's reaction to extreme emotion, whether it be anger, sadness, stress. You gotta let yourself feel it. Maybe you can't feel it exactly where you are because you are in a place where you'd be judged. But when you get home, when you are by yourself, you have to feel. You know what I mean? Just like a nosebleed. You can't stop it up. It chokes you. It'll kill you. It'll kill you. Why do you think male suicide rates are at an all-time high? And they're going down finally. But they're at a high. They've been at a high. They've been higher than women. It's because men aren't allowed to cry. They're not allowed to feel. It's the same thing. Don't give yourself that nosebleed. Let it go. Come on. Don't stop the nosebleed. I'm spitting facts. That's all I do. What do you mean there's so much going on? It's simple. The stream is simple. I've divided up into half the stream is me. Half the stream is me. 15% of the stream is popcorn. See? 15 plus 50. That's 65. So that means, guess what? 35% of the stream, that's the fucking orange juice. We got 35% orange juice in here. 35, the stream, the Bombastic Boy Noah stream is 35% orange juice. Fuck. Why are you saying I'm not making sense? Let's hold on, let's back up. You saying I'm not making sense? You're telling me I'm not making sense right now. I talked about humanity's bad. I talked about Stephen Hawking. I'm telling you things. I'm telling you a lot of things here. And you are trying to be, it doesn't make sense because you're scared. Because you don't want to, because you are scared of knowing these things. You are scared of putting yourself in the position of being able to better yourself because it's going to fuck up the status quo. Because you don't want to fuck up the status quo. You are listening to the capitalists right now. You are listening to the people in power, the government, the rich businessman. They don't care about you. They don't care. You have to be able to fuck up the status quo. We always have to be able to fuck up the status quo because here's the thing. It's just like yourself, just like with one person. Being stagnant is regression because everyone else is progressing ahead of you. Just because you're not focused on your back doesn't mean your neighbor isn't. Doesn't mean your peers aren't. Doesn't mean your siblings aren't. You're going to get left behind unless you can fuck up the status quo. Can you fuck up the status quo? Can you do it right now? I don't think you could. Not yet, at least. You are blocking yourself from that simple truth to success. Here's the thing. Sometimes you gotta put your own betterment above bettering your money. Because, listen, you can live without money, but you can't live without yourself. Because other people around you, they're gonna be making sense, but you need to be making fucking sense, bro. You understand me? You get what I'm saying? At least, can you understand where I'm coming from? Because even if you don't agree with me, can you at least see my thought process? Because here's the thing, even if you don't agree with somebody, even if you think they're flat out fucking wrong, you at least gotta try to see where they're coming from. And that comes with anyone. You at least gotta see where they're coming from. Because, listen, nobody's gonna be listening. No one's gonna listen if you call them a fucking idiot. If you say you're a fucking idiot, you're a dumbass, you'll never understand it. But if you can try and be empathetic and be like, nah, I see where you're coming from. I see that point. But actually, that's misrepresenting the facts. This is what I believe to be true. And you explain your side, you have much better way being able to convince someone to be able to think like you, to even think from your perspective. Don't push people away just because they think differently from you. Invite them to have a conversation. Conversation is what makes change. Having that conversation sparks change, sparks revolution. You're just here for the OJ and popcorn? Listen, you can't. Listen. That is an awful mindset. You can't just be here for the OJ and popcorn. You can't, no. Listen, the OJ and popcorn were to reel you in. They're like, hey, let's get you in here. Let's get you in here so you can have this discussion. Because I put the popcorn there. I put the orange juice there to have a discussion. To get your foot in the door. And now your foot's in the door and you're gonna back out? You've got this opportunity and you're backing out? I don't understand. I'm sorry, I just don't understand. The only reason men stopped wearing skirts, I'm not a big fan of wearing skirts myself. I've never really tried it. Who knows, maybe I've never done it yet though. Here's the thing, the reason the man stopped wearing skirts is because of horses. Because of horses. The reason, because males wear skirts. Because it makes more sense. Because they have balls that hang. Why would you keep them smushed up against your body when you can let them roam free? Right? But the reason we stopped wearing skirts is because of horseback riding. Because horses are how we got around. And you can't ride a horse with a skirt because your legs can't go wide enough. So you'd have to ride it from the side, and that's just dangerous. That's just dangerous. Here's the thing, though. That's ancient. Listen, that's ancient, though. Who's riding horses everywhere? Though maybe a girl at school, maybe some dude at school for fun. But people, that's not people's main source of transportation. Not in the modern era. We drive cars. We drive cars now. We ride trains. There's no reason to not wear skirts. The Scots didn't. The Scots got it. They understand that it's just dumb to not wear the skirt. Wear the fucking kilt. Put that shit on. Have pride. They have pride in the fact that they are doing what is more logistically viable in their culture, in their self, and that I fuck with. You know what I mean? Because listen, as a bisexual man myself, I get it. A man in a skirt, it's fucking hot. It is nice. But it goes deeper than just what's sexy. It goes deeper than physical attraction. It goes back to efficiency.